If this thing go viral, he might throw your boy a job. Let's do it.
To tell him, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Kev, what's going on, man? It's Kevin Hart. Real quick, man, I was just wondering if you got the text message that I sent to you the other day. I think I mentioned something about collabing. I feel like the people want to see it. I feel like we all been waiting for it. And on top of that, maybe even you throwing me a job. We'll talk about that later, though. Anyway, yeah, man, that's two of us now. I feel like we should work together and take over the world. I know you and Dwayne Johnson are partners, but we all could be partners. I feel like it can turn out great. Anyway, have a good day, Mr. Hart. And Kevin out.
Hey, what up, guys? Welcome to the Do Work Podcast. I am your host, Andy Dooley, aka Mr. Do Work. And if this is your first time here, this is where we have conversations with highly successful people in their sphere of influence. You will hear inspirational stories that can help motivate and inspire you to step out of your acceptable to exceptional. You will learn about the turning points when it all changed for them to truly commit and focus on attaining their goals. Well, again, thank you for tuning in. I'm extremely excited to welcome my next guest. He is a rising star, born and raised in Troy, North Carolina, currently hailing from Atlanta, Georgia. The social media star has accumulated over 11.7 million followers and 557,000 on Instagram. That 11.7 million followers is on TikTok alone, guys. Suave is known primarily for celebrity impersonations, short comedy skits, and prank videos. Currently, the TikTok sensation is taking the platform by storm with his notable impressions of Kevin Hart's voice, pranks, and entertaining content with his dog, Knox.
Yes, sir.
Co-signed and posted on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's Instagram. He is on the brink of seeing his dreams unfold as an actor with the help of social media. I want to introduce to you one of my favorite content creators and future household name. My guy, I present to you and welcome Suave Xavier, a.k.a.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me, yo. Appreciate it. That's love.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. So you live in Atlanta, Georgia, right?
Yes, I'm in Atlanta.
So what brought you to Atlanta currently from being in North Carolina?
So I had graduated from UNC Wilmington. With a criminology degree. And I heard that Atlanta was pretty much like Black Hollywood. So it's a lot of opportunity for Atlanta. Yeah. And then again, if, I wanted to tap into the whole acting industry, right. I mean, Marvel's here, Tyler Perry Studios here. I mean, it's limitless. You know what I mean? So it's endless. Right. So I don't know, man. I came up here to continue my journey with TikTok, meet other content creators and whatnot. And I'm really hoping to tap into the whole filming industry side of things, the acting side of things. Right. So, I mean, I've been studying it and I've been talking to a couple of people in the game and they've gave me a couple pointers, but that's pretty much what brought me out to Atlanta.
So have you visited Tyler Perry's compound?
I have not visited. I have not been there. I have yet to go and visit it.
Wow, that thing is ridiculous. I saw it online and I was like, I need to visit that place. I mean, it's a compound and it's a world within a world. Have you seen any videos on YouTube?
I've seen a couple of videos on YouTube and I've seen pictures online as well, but I haven't been to it. That's wild. That's wild for sure.
Yeah, because I was watching, because there's homes out there and on like one house, each side of the house is a different place. So you could be in the 1960s, future, like different areas in one building. It's insane.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's insane. Like, he's doing it.
Oh yeah,
Tyler Perry, man.
Oh yeah. Did you see his new movie that came out? It's on Netflix. It's Homecoming.
I haven't seen it yet, bro.
Medea's Homecoming. Oh, it's good.
Oh,
It's
okay.
good.
Yeah,
It's good. I like it. I love it.
yeah, I can't wait to see it. Tyler Perry's definitely known for obviously the funny, but then the drama.
Yeah.
There's full drama, but I love how he also has a lot of Black excellence. You know, he has Black people in prominent positions and roles for people, even for people that are even younger to aspire and kind of see, yeah, I can be a doctor. Maybe I can be this, you know, more than just being an athlete or rapper, which are all part of it. But a lot of us who may have grown up in maybe an underprivileged area, maybe that's all they see, you know?
Right.
So are you an Atlanta Falcons fan?
I am not an Atlanta Falcons fan. I'm actually a Seattle Seahawks fan.
What?
I'm a Seahawks fan. Yes, sir. I'm a Dirty Bird. Yes, sir. I'm a Seahawks fan.
Guy. Okay.
Yeah.
I already liked you, bro. You didn't have to.
See, I knew you was a Seahawks fan too. I be seeing it, and I saw the it was like a combine you just went to, right, or something like that. That was dope, man.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, the Seahawks reached out to me on Instagram, and
oh wow,
no joke. I saw the Instagram, and I was reading it, and I'm like, hold on. Okay, that's the Seahawks. Oh, y'all serious? And then they asked for my email, and then you know how you get certain invitations, and you're just like,
yeah,
I'll believe it when it really, really
when it happens.
And I was just like, okay, let's see. And it happened, and it was great. It was cool. It was an influencer. It was a media influencer combine day. And so they had influencers from all over come in, and we got to participate in different events like the broad jump, high jump, 40 gauntlet.
Dope.
It was super dope, bro.
Dang, that sounds dope. How many people would you say was there?
That's a great question. Influencers or just people?
Influencers, kind of like what we do.
Yeah, I would probably say there's probably about 35 of influencers there, and it was just fun. We just got to connect, and the beautiful thing was, it's like they're like, film whatever you want, take whatever you want. And my wife, it was awesome. My wife was there, and man, she was just snapping and filming, and I was I have so much footage, it's just ridiculous.
That's awesome. Gosh, that's awesome. Did you get to meet did they let y'all meet any of the players?
No, we didn't connect with any of the players that day. There's going to be an actual media day coming.
Yeah. Okay, got you.
But I mean, had some great conversations with Upper Deck folks and people, and so we'll see what materializes. I was just honored and blessed to be a part of it, and I enjoyed it. So
that's all.
That's crazy. I didn't realize you were a Seahawks fan. I mean,
man.
That just brought us closer, bro. You know? But I saw that you used to play football yourself.
Yeah, man. I played a little ball. I got hurt. I got turf toe. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yeah. I had turf toe before as well.
Yeah, and that pretty much stopped me from planting. And man, once I got hurt, and I tried to go back out the following year. Yeah. And I kind of re-injured myself doing the same thing. And so from that point on, I had a little talk with the fam. I talked to God about it, and I just focused on my books. Yeah. That's kind of what happened. So I made sure I got that full year. I ain't gonna lie, I went in a little hole after I got hurt.
Oh, I bet.
Where I'm from, sports and education is the only two ways out.
Yeah.
So I thought football was my meal ticket. Like, I thought that was going to take care of my family, everything, the whole 9 yards. Yeah. And then now I'm doing something, reaching the same amount of people. It's all part of God's plan, man. I'm still reaching the same amount of audience, if not more, than I would if I was a professional athlete. So it's a win-win in my book. I didn't sit on it for too long. I got my education, and that's kind of what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't play. I was running back, slot receiver.
Okay. I played tail too.
You played tail? Okay. What was your 40 like? What was your 40 like?
So initially when I was like, this is what's crazy this is where it's a beautiful thing to make sure you get taught how to run. Because initially I ran off like a 4.7, and then I was taught how to actually open up my gates and like turn over.
Turn it on, yeah.
Yeah, and then I dropped it down to a 4.49. And I'm 6'4", 230.
Yeah, you're a tall dude. You're a pretty big guy, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I used to look up to like Eddie George, Adrian Peterson. Those are my favorite type of tailbacks, bro. And so how tall are you?
I'm 5'10". Okay. I graduated. I was when I was playing ball, I was like 5'10", 165, 70 pounds. But I was like lightning though. But
you're a prototype build for tailback, bro.
Yeah, I can move, man. My 40, I got clocked. My first 40 Appalachian State was a 4.41 laser time.
Ooh.
Then at East Carolina, I ran a 4.4 flat, and I didn't run another 40 after that. That was
you just quit.
I kept that right there.
Bro.
Yeah, I kept that right there.
That's why I didn't even run the 40 at the Seahawk thing, because I had tweaked my hamstring prior, like a week before, and I was just like, man, it's not worth me taking
it. Ain't worth it.
It ain't
worth it. You saved yourself a doctor's trip.
Yeah,
that ain't
worth it. Prideful competition stuff. Nah, I didn't want to do that. Wow, so you played tail. Do you miss it? Do you miss the game?
Yeah, man, I miss it a lot. Like, I mean, I still go back and watch some of my highlights every once in a while, but I'll forever love football. I mean, it's my favorite sport.
Yeah.
I recently, when I came to Atlanta, I trained for about 2-3 months, and I was gonna go try out for the Falcons. Like, I was gonna walk out there because I know I can ball. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
And I was gonna go try out for the Falcons, but then after that, I got a puppy, Bear. Knox's little brother, and he kind of slowed down everything. Everything.
Yeah.
So,
it's like having a kid, bro.
Say what?
It's like having a kid.
It is. I try to tell people. I didn't understand the term fur baby until like I got one. It's the same thing. It's literally, I'm not comparing a dog to a kid, but it's literally in comparison. You do the same exact thing for a puppy that you do for a child. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell there's love there with your dogs, bro.
Oh, I love I treat them. I'm glad you said that. I treat them just like they little kids walking around the house. Like, I make them clean up. I make them stop fighting. Literally, like it's the full 9 yards, full effect. I treat them exactly like kids, like my firstborns. Seriously, that's how I talk to them. That's how I treat them. I mess around with them that way. I show people the fun side, but they bad. They terrible. they terrible, bro. Knox and Bear are horrible. I mean, they're great dogs, but they bad.
Yeah.
They bad.
Yeah.
They bad for sure.
Okay, so did you train Knox?
Yes, I train Knox. So I train Knox like all like his like gestures and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I actually sent him to boarding school for 21 days in North Carolina because Knox had a problem with separation anxiety.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So he was never fully crate trained. So I didn't know how to fix that.
Yeah.
So I sent him to boarding school and he came back crate trained. Separation anxiety was gone. And now he's like the perfect dog. But don't get me wrong, he still throws attitudes and little tantrums. But I mean, for the most part, yeah, I did all the training and stuff. So
that's amazing, bro. Because we're gonna get into the maturation of your TikTok because I came across your TikTok during the pandemic. Now, I jumped in TikTok during that time. Was that the time you jumped into TikTok?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to say we kind of started around the same time then because I haven't been on TikTok not even 2 years, like a year and a half maybe.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the range.
Yep. The same.
But I think I got in right. I was in school. I was literally, it's my senior year, my last semester. I joined TikTok, and that's when the pandemic kind of like really hit.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
So what made you jump on the TikTok?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Let's break it down. Break it down,
so, bro.
I did not like TikTok one bit. I would get on there and I'd be like, "Are y'all serious? Like this is what people are doing, and people are loving it." I'm just like, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me.
Right.
Man, I was around some friends. They started talking about it. They were showing me videos here and there, and I was like, I know me. Like I know me. I know what kind of funny I am, but I don't know if other people would understand what kind of funny I am.
Right.
And so one day, me and my little brother, man, we did a series called Celebrity Voice Impressions, and we dropped the first one, and it went crazy viral, like crazy. But I'm talking like 4 or 5 million views. In my head, that was crazy.
Yeah.
So then, man, we was like, oh, we may got something. All we was doing, we weren't sounding exactly like these celebrities we were imitating. We were just saying lines that they said in like a TV show or a movie.
Yeah.
And so that's when the whole voice impression things kind of like came to me. I didn't even know I could do impressions. Like that was beyond anything I ever imagined ever doing with my life.
Right. Yeah.
And me and my little brother, man, we was in the kitchen just messing around, and all of nowhere, people loved it. So we did like a celebrity series, like 1 through 26.
Yeah, I was watching all of them, bro.
Yeah. And part 3 is the one that went like crazy viral. World Star, Puberty, House of Highlights, the whole 9 yards. Everyone's seen part 3. And ever since part 3, I've been on my grind with TikTok.
Okay.
So I have not stopped.
So I want people to understand what that means. You've been on your grind with TikTok, because some people have their version of grind on TikTok and they aren't seeing maybe the success they want, but may not understand what really the grind actually looks like. What does that look like for you?
So what I found out when I got into this industry, as far as like becoming a content creator, was the fact of only 2 things really matter. 1, how much time and effort you put into your videos, and 2, the amount of consistency that you are. So in order for to me, what grind is consistency. Even if your numbers aren't what you think they are or where they're supposed to be, I promise you, just keep going. It's gonna click. Just because it didn't pop on the For You page the first time doesn't mean it can't happen the second time or the third time or the fourth time. It's just when you get that, I don't even want to say like fame or clout, but once your first video hits the For You page, keep going. Don't stop. Don't let the video sit for a couple of days and let it linger, and then people be like, oh yeah, it's a one-hit wonder type thing. No. What you need to do is after that first video hits for you, start thinking. Like I am home all the time just thinking of ideas for videos. So it doesn't rest, man. The grind don't stop. Like, I mean, from thoughts, writing down my thoughts, just wherever I go, just looking what I can use for a video whenever I get back home. And that's what my biggest thing was. That's what worked for me, the consistency. And a year later, I'm sitting here with 11-something million followers.
Man, bro.
And that was it for me. Literally, that was it. So consistency. I know I keep saying that a lot, but that's really what got me where I'm at now. Like, just
I'm glad you said that, because that's literally what I've been telling people.
Yeah.
Literally saying, guys, it is consistency. You treat it like an everyday TV show and post every single day if you can. Like right now, in this season of TikTok, if you're trying to grow, you need to at least be pumping out 3 to 4 would you not agree?
I agree. 100%.
Once you get to a certain place and time, a spot, it all depends on where you're trying to take your TikTok. But if you're trying to grow and maximize this beautiful season of TikTok where it is so organic right now and it hasn't been bogged down by marketing and all that stuff like Instagram is right now,
100% agree.
And if you wanted to change your life, you need to just say, hey, I'm going to sit down and commit to be consistent.
Yep.
I'm going to commit to be consistent in trying to build my audience and treat your audience. It doesn't matter if there's 10 people, 100 people.
Mm-hmm.
I've had people ask me like, man, I only have 132 followers. How do I grow it? I'll tell you. If you go stand in the mall and have 132 people stand around you, tell me that's not a lot of people.
That is a ton of people.
That's a ton of people. And you can actually connect with all 132. If you actually connect with these 132 people who follow you right now, guess what? They'll feel connected to you and tell other people. That 132 is going to tell to another 132. That's 264. And then it just starts to snowball.
And the snowball effect, that's one thing I wanted to bring up. And I'm glad you just said that because I know where I come from. So I've never felt like I was better than anyone. I've always believed in working to be better than someone and not just thinking off the back that you supposed, you know what I'm saying? My family came from here, so I'm better than you. That's not how I grew up.
Right.
So when you do get those numbers on TikTok, and let's say you got 500 followers and you get to 1,000 and then 2,000, you know what I mean? Don't start feeling Hollywood.
Man.
Do not start feeling or getting Hollywood.
Nope.
That is where you start to like turn yourself downhill. Yeah. Because then people see the real you. They won't like you. They'll unfollow you. They'll say, then the comments is what can really destroy somebody. The comment section. Yeah. Oh my God. The internet.
Talk about it.
Comments.
Talk about the comment section, bro. Oh my God.
Look, and luckily I've never, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to speak too soon, but I've never put myself in a position to where anyone could say something negative about my content because I've always thrived and based myself off originality. That's how I built my platform. Like I want to do something completely different that people have not seen. That way they will want to come back for more. Right. And what I do, you'll never see me hashing anybody else's content. If I don't like it, I simply just stroll past it. There's nothing negative coming from my end. There you go. Never. Yep. I don't care if people think it's funny. That's just not the type of energy that I want to put into the environment.
No,
not for your boy. Yeah. But I've seen some people, and for instance, I don't want to say names, but it was a situation on TikTok to where this world-known TikToker was, interacting with minors. Oh. And now people that used to like him and follow them, comment section under all their videos down. Yeah, that's... the comment section can kill you.
The comment section could destroy you. Now, there's a couple ways it could destroy you. It could destroy you by trolls just trying to provoke you and get a rise out of you. That part you just gotta have thick skin. And let me just say this: don't look at it. Don't entertain it. There's sometimes there'll be people that'll say something, I'll swipe out of the app. Yeah. Sit on it, get back on, and then I'm not even like worried like going back to it because at the end of the day, these internet gangsters. I mean, it's not. I wish more people thought like that.
You literally just said what I told someone the other day, and I'm like, wow. Look, people are gonna be hard behind a screen. They're typing with a fake profile picture. It ain't nothing that you can do about it. Like internet gangsters is the perfect way to put it. Don't entertain it.
Don't entertain it. And that's the thing. It's like all you're doing is fueling attention to them that they want. That's taken away from your hard work that you've put into your content. And I feel like in those times, it's just, you know what? We're putting our stuff out there. People are going to have their own opinion. And it is what it is. I'm going to keep it moving and do me. You do you. And that's what it is. And what you put out there, is going to the positivity that you put out there, people feel it.
Oh yeah. 100%.
There's a humility about you that I see, which I think is good, and I pray that you keep that. Where does that come from?
The what now? I'm so sorry.
Humility.
Oh man. I don't know, man. It's one of those things. So like, I remember dropping my first couple videos, and I was getting the comments that, "Wow, you get me through my day. I love, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love what you do. Please don't stop doing what you're doing." It's just something about me that enjoy making people laugh that makes me want to keep doing what I do. Mm-hmm. So, man, honestly, I read comments because, like I said, I'm always looking for ideas. I'm always, because sometimes my followers have gave me over thousands of ideas that I've used in my videos, and they've went viral from listening to them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I just like making people laugh. Like I like making people, you know, come out of a stage where they feel like they got to get on here and get aggravated with people, or they got to get on here and expect to see like one certain thing. Nah, I try to bring a bunch of different things to the table with my channel. I guess that's what makes me stand out above like other content creators. And I guess that's what made me grow my platform so fast as well. The originality of what I do.
For sure. And I think also with your content, it evokes emotion. And I feel like if you're trying to put out content that will actually impact people and grow your account, you need to be able to add value, some originality. Now, these are different lanes you can take. Originality, evoke emotion, tutorials, or inspire and motivate people. But if any of your content isn't evoking emotion, it's going to be hard for people to stick with it or want to come see it or hear it. You know, I feel like when I first saw your page, I was cracking up, bro.
That's love. That's love right there. Let's go.
Yeah, and I just showed you love. I mean, at the time, I felt like I was just coming in after you, so I wasn't expecting for you to respond back or anything like that, but you did, you know? And then we connected on there, and then it's been just casual growth, and it's been dope to see, because you see a lot of, or hear a lot of other Black creators being like crabs in a bucket, pull each other down, or they're trying to get to a certain place and they won't empower or uplift another creator. And that's why I call myself the CEO of empowerment, because I love to empower other people. I want to empower them, lift them up, and help them be seen, let other people see what they're doing.
Yes, sir.
When I saw one of your impersonations of Kevin Hart, bro, okay, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say a bag of chips, and tell me what this evokes. Takis.
Hey, that is a true story.
Tell the people the story, bro. Why did I say Takis?
Yo, let me. Okay, so so Kevin Hart, I mean, he became my favorite comedian after Bernie Mac, and Bernie Mac, Richard Pryor, you know, the legends that started it, pretty much foundations type stuff. But Kevin Hart was my favorite comedian. I feel like before I even realized I could do his voice, like me and him, like kind of, we did a lot of things the same. And I guess that's why I liked him so much.
Right.
But man, I was watching American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
And I was chilling on the couch. Just got some Takis from the gas station.
Yeah.
Oh, about to tear them up. Man, I swallowed one of the Takis and I chewed it, but like it was a big chunk that I didn't chew, and I swallowed it. And I ran to the bathroom to cough it out. Right. And when I coughed it out, I said, "Oh my God." And I was like, whoa. And I was like, oh my God. And then I start freaking out. I was like, hey, I start freaking out. I was like, oh my God, like it's happening. I can, oh no. And I start playing around with it. And I was like, oh wow, the people got to hear it. They got to hear it. They have to hear this. So I had watched a couple more of his stand-ups trying to get, and look at my voice. You hasn't changed.
In and out. I'm loving it. Don't worry. I'm going to have you tell me, I'm going to have you speak like Kevin Hart in one of your favorite like montages or whatnot.
Okay, perfect. I got you.
Okay.
And after I realized I can do it, one of my followers had dared me to call and get a gym membership. It's Kevin Hart.
Yes, I saw it.
And I was like, wow. Okay. So, man, I called O2 Fitness. It was a girl named Dreamer that I was talking to. And she was like, oh, my God, it's really him. That prank call, the whole world saw that prank call. Hence, that's the prank call that The Rock posted on his page. Kevin Hart commented on there on the Shade Room. It was wild, man. And now ever since then, that's what everyone kind of knows me by. They call me like Kevin 2.0. What's up, Kev? Kevin Suave. Like, I mean, it's just little nicknames and stuff like that people call me. Literally, I can't hop on live without going, Kevin. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, yeah, absolutely.
But
so have you talked to Kevin personally yet? I
have not talked to Kevin. The most interaction I've had with Kevin was that comment where he told me to keep going. It was a comment on World Star that had my name tagged. He was like, yo, man, that's crazy talented. Keep going. I was just like, wow. Now, if that's coming from him, if you don't mind me calling all these places and prank calling people, pretending to be him, I'm going to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I realized that I do the best Kevin Hart voice impression in the world. I don't think no one, I'll claim that. And I'll claim it on, I don't think nobody can co-sign.
Do it. I don't know another person who does Kevin Hart better than my man Suave right here. Okay, what is your favorite impression of Kevin Hart that you like to do?
There's I think there's three. There was one where the scene in Jumanji, they were talking about their strengths and weaknesses. The teacher scene and the best friend scene.
Okay, I want you to hit those three. Just go. I want people on the podcast right now to be like, hold up, you were talking to Suave. How you get Kevin on here? I'm telling you, this is the same person, bro. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, we have Suave Kevin Hart all in one.
Let's go. Here we go. All right, we're gonna start with the best friend scene, all right?
Yes, sir.
Best friend. I shouldn't have to ask you to lie for me. I shouldn't have to ask your permission for me to put you in my life. You know why? Because you're my best friend. That's your job. The day that we sign up and say that we best friends, that means that my bull spit is your bull spit. And your bull spit is my bull spit. If you're my real best friend, you should know when I need you to lie for me by the look on my face. If I'm looking at you and I'm not blinking, and I'm like this. Hold up. That's the best friend one. Oh, do you remember my favorite one that I just thought about was do you remember the Think Like a Man? When he was talking to Mike about it, Miss Loretta?
Yes.
So he walked in there, he was like, he was like, hey, Mike, how old is your mom? What? No, not like that. I mean, it is like that. Anyway, how old is she? I come in the house, she's like, you want to eat? I was like, eat what? Okay, first of all, put my plate down and start hitting on my mom's, man. Hey, don't get mad at me. I don't even want to be here. Y'all the ones want to be. I want to go to the strip club. Man, wrap this up. I got a bunch of ones and somebody gonna get them. Miss Loretta, I'm ready for the rest of the tour. So that was one. And then the which one was it? The teacher one. The teacher one.
Yes.
He was like, so I walk in class, Miss Green, my teacher, she starts speaking to everybody. She was like, hello, good morning, hello, good morning. She sees me, she goes, Kevin. I was like, Miss Green. She said, "Did you let your mother read the note?" I said, "Yes, I did." She said, "Well, what'd your mother say?" I took a deep breath. I looked at my friends. I was like, "It's about to go down." I was like, "Well, my mama told me to tell you to mind your damn." Okay, I don't want to say all the words. But...
Right, yeah, don't say all the words. This is a
we'll cut it right there. We'll cut it right there.
Bro, I appreciate it, man.
Of course.
Oh my, like the back of my head's hurting right now. Right here.
Mine too a little bit.
Yeah, bro.
Yes,
guys,
sir. Yes, sir.
I'm sure you're gonna have to hit rewind on that because my man killed it. I'm sitting here looking at Suave, but I'm hearing Kevin Hart. It is incredible that I think Takis need to give you something.
I never even made a video about it. So I wish, I mean, you just honestly, I might do a TikTok today on that, how I learned how to talk like Kevin Hart. That'd be a pretty interesting video. A lot of people don't know about that, but that's how it happened.
I mean, I'm glad I did my research because I want that. That's exclusive stuff right here on this
podcast. Yes, sir.
You know,
yes, sir.
I think I would have definitely post that as well because obviously I'm posting it, but I'm gonna put like a little clip of our podcast on TikTok just so that we can.
Please send that to me so I can do the same thing.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate you. In this crazy world of social media, right? This is a serious question because a lot of people struggle with like friends and real friends and how to decipher who to have in your circle, who wants something from you, who doesn't want something from you. How do you filter out who you align yourself with, connect with, who's in your circle, who that you would even choose to do a podcast with? How do you decipher these things?
So that's a great question. If you listen to a bunch of the music industry and you hear about, back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all want me type art deal, or now I'm doing this and now everybody want to hand out something like that. Yeah. It's actually truthful. It's people I went to high school with, man, that I haven't talked to in 7-8 years plus. Wow. And they see me doing stuff on social media now and they reach out. It's like, oh, this blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, no, that's not how that works. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you from school, but you haven't been a part of none of what I've built for myself. So how I like to filter it is I'm very family oriented. So obviously my fam is my source. You know what I'm saying? I count on my family for pretty much everything. And when it comes to friends, the older you get, even outside of content, you kind of limit yourself down to like between 1 to 4 to 5 friends, like true, solid friends. Like you graduated with a whole bunch of people that you thought was your friends. You know what I'm saying? But who could you call at 3 a.m. if you just broke down on the side of the road and you needed someone to come get you? That's the kind of people that I have in my circle with my content stuff. People that I know for sure would have my back no matter where I'm at any given time. Yeah. I could get locked up and I know for a fact I could call this friend and he's going to be there right away. Right. So that's kind of how I perceive my circle. I put it on people that I can trust, people that's been there for me since day one, before I even blew up on social media. Yeah. And the people that's still supporting me, they're the same ones that's still pushing me to do better. And that's my circle. So I've met a lot of great people along the way. Don't get me wrong. Like, for instance, you are, I can't wait to meet you in person and actually shake your hand. You're a positive person, and I love positive energy. And I see your grind. I see what you do all over social media. And man, that's amazing. I wish I could do what you do, but we're in two different categories. You know what I mean? Like you're the empowerment speaker, and I am sitting behind the screen trying to make someone laugh 24/7.
Right. Yeah.
But it's all positive energy.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's kind of how I separate things, man. That's how I filter out who I want to associate myself with in this creators world that I'm in now.
Yeah.
And you have to be doing, you don't have to be doing better than me. I just want to see effort that you're doing and you're trying. And you're
that'll preach. That'll preach.
So that's pretty much it, man.
Because yeah, like, for example, me going to that media day, influencer day, like, you know, a lot of influencers want to connect, you know, some of them want to connect because you're following, they want to get in front of your following, you know, and I don't have a problem with, you know, doing other TikToks with other creators or other influencers, but you said it, you hit it on the nose. I just want to see that you're doing. Not you're doing, but you're doing, not mooching, and you are on a grind. On your whole, you've built up and done some work on your side where you really don't need Suave. You don't need me to jump on your TikTok or your Instagram to build you up.
Right.
But I respect what you do. You respect what I do. And then we collab. That I feel like that's awesome. That's special. And then it's not saying like, yo, you only have a certain amount of followers. I can't do that. I'm going to connect with whoever.
Yeah, no, that's.
But I'm gonna check your heart though. If your heart's not in the right place, I can't do it.
That's it. That's it, man. I'm the same way. Honestly, you can tell the people that's cut from the same cloth by the first impression, the first conversation you have with them.
Facts.
That'll tell you all you need to know about. And I'm not real judgy. I just call things how I see it. There's a big difference from, hey, I have this and you have this amount of followers. Can you help me push it on your platform? Then, hey, I'm trying to grow my account. I see you got a lot going for you. I'm doing the same thing. You mind if we collab? That's a totally completely different ball game. Completely different ball game.
Yeah, and I feel like I think that's very important that you said that. It's very important because for certain people, you're gonna see, you know, right away, man, I connect with that person. It is what it is. And what people don't realize maybe is the fact that this is our first time speaking in person on this podcast. Now we've been texting back and forth. We've been DMing back and forth on Instagram. And obviously I've been following you on your journey for however long now and vice versa. And I would jump in on your lives. You've jumped in on my lives. But our conversation, you would have thought, man, we've known each other for a while.
Well, yeah. What, 6-7+ years sound like?
Right.
That's how it feels. Even when we talk, like even through the text messages, man, I was like, man, we went to school together type. Like, that's how the conversation felt. So I agree. I stand behind you with that. That's for sure.
I think for when you're thinking about your people, the circle, I just did a TikTok post about this because I was just thinking about it because my father just passed not even a year ago to COVID, which is just but I was thinking about it. Like I think about him quite often and he'll pop up in my mind. And we've seen so many celebrities pass away. We've seen so many deaths out there. And like initially when you hear about it and see it, your heart's broken. You're like, man, this is terrible. I can't believe he's gone. I can't believe she's gone. And then the next week, you're not even thinking about him.
Yeah.
Or you move on and you rarely think about that person.
Yeah.
I really believe we need to have people in our life that have our best interests. That if we were gone tomorrow, they're thinking about you on a regular basis. They think about you when you're alive, right now, while you're alive, and connect with you and check on you while you're here. And those are the same people who would think about you when you're gone. If you don't have those kind of people in your life, that makes it tough. That's why I feel like it's about quality over quantity. I don't need to have an entourage of people. I don't need to have a ton of people in my life to make me feel important. Because that's not what it's about. And you see those that roll that way, and then you hear about all the drama. And
Yep.
the best way to go about it is like, if you have that, cut those ties, clip it.
That's literally kind of what happened when I first started social media. I was hanging around some guys that were cool with living the same lifestyle over and over in an everyday type thing. And man, the opportunity that everyone have in this world to be something great. Honestly, and I recently said this, but it's just something I stick behind. Everyone's given a chance.
Yeah.
Everyone's given an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
It's just all about what you do when it's your time. And you can either choose to go forward, or you can go back to a lifestyle that you hated, that you cried about, you prayed for a change. And that's the realest advice I could literally give to anybody. It's no simpler than that. I ain't trying to find no big words to put in your head. None of that. It's that simple.
It is.
It's that simple. Like, everyone's given a chance.
Everyone's given a chance, and the quality of people that's in your life matters.
Mm-hmm.
And for you give out so much to your audience and people, and you're pouring out. Do you have that one person or someone in your life that pours into you, that fills your cup back up?
I do. There's that's a very touching question, man. That's so for that person, for me, would definitely have to be my mom. There's been times to where I thought about quitting social media. I was overwhelmed with trying to put out all this content and make all these other people happy when I didn't feel like nobody really cared about how I felt. And man, it's like my mom reminds me that you were put here for a reason. Yeah. You were destined to be great. You're loved, you're favored, and God wouldn't give me anything that I couldn't handle. And I asked for this. I asked God. He knew I wanted to do football. He knew I wanted to entertain people, to make people love me. And he gave me a different route to do the exact same thing. And that's mind blowing. So I asked for it. I asked for this entertainment side of things, and I love it. And like I said, when I break down, when I get to that point to where I need that advice, it's my mom. She's she's like my backbone in a sense. Like, it's, I don't know. I just feel reconnected.
Yeah.
When I get advice from mom.
I feel like the way you sound talking about your mom, I don't know if you saw that new Netflix documentary on Kanye.
I've not seen it. I've not seen it.
Bro, it's really good.
I'm going to check it out.
I remember when Kanye came out, Through the Wire, College Dropout. I mean, that was mind blowing. And people don't know you rap. We're going to get into that really quick. But that has reminded me that you do music as well. But we're seeing all these different things with Kanye. And we know he has bipolar. I know he's going through a lot. And he's on the big stage.
Right.
But his relationship with his mom was so beautiful. And for him to lose his mom the way he did really impacted his life and absolutely wrecked and changed his life to the point where he spiraled out of control and really caused some issues in his life. What are you doing right now? One, to help with your mental health, and two, you can never be prepared for a loved one, a parent to pass away.
Yeah.
You can never prepare for that. I mean, I'm living proof of that. My dad passing away, I still haven't cried. We had a memorial service September 11th. So I think I'm still processing through that. But what are you anchored in that will keep you from spiraling and possibly jeopardizing what you're building right now? what are you doing right now to kind of bulletproof yourself from doing that? Obviously, you're a human being. You do not wish anything no time soon like that. But if that was a case or scenario, what are you doing right now in your life? Or what is your anchor to keep you from losing it all?
So I know where I come from. And I feel like everyone has their story about how they came up and they weren't given this and that. But my parents pretty much raised me on the value of knowing the value of a dollar. And man, I seen how kids would pull up to high school and they already have like cars and stuff. Me and my brothers, we didn't have that. I mean, we didn't have that, you know what I'm saying? But that didn't make those students or those kids better than us. It was just they had more than we did at the time.
Right.
And now it's, in a sense, to how I deal with stuff like that is, or to make sure nothing like that happens to me, is, man, I talk about my problems. I don't keep anything in. The more you keep in, I feel like you just weighing yourself down to a point to where you are in this darkness to where you don't know how to reach out for help or to talk to people.
Yeah.
But my advice on that is it could be the littlest thing. I don't care if you're stressed about work, talk to somebody about it.
Good.
Because they can give you pointers or, okay, this is what I do to get over this. But the more you keep that stuff in, the more like it can be the smallest situations. But if you don't talk about them when they happen, if you let them sit and linger on you, it's just going to add up.
That's so true.
And that's when people start going into this depressional stage, or I'm stressed, or bills, or anything like that, because you're not asking for help. You're not trying to reach out for help. And then the moment you try, 9 times out of 10, it'd be too late for people because now they're already subscribed a medication for it. Nah, man, I'm real big on if something happens, like for instance, if there was a conflict between me and you, I'm not going to go a month and think on it. I want to talk about it when it happened. So not only can we prevent it from happening again, but it also takes that stress and that worry off of us immediately, as soon as we have that conversation. Because now I'm not thinking about it every day. Wow, I should have done this. I should have done that. That's where people mess up. That's where people mess up. If you handle things whenever they originally happen, then I feel like a lot of people would not be stressed or depressed or any of that. I feel like that's a society thing that just, hey, you're depressed, you need this. No. That, and people get confused with looking at too much social media or the TV and just hearing about all this stuff that you think you may have. I really wish, and I can't wait until I host my own TV show, because that will definitely be an episode. Stop thinking you're depressed because someone told you were depressed.
Hello. So that's great that you brought that up. So I know you want to get into acting, be a TV host. What would your show be? Or are you looking to be a TV host somewhere until you can get to a place to have your own TV show?
Right. I would say a combination of both. Whatever's thrown my way, I feel like I'm gonna master it. It's, for instance, like just an idea. Like I feel like I could host like this. What is it? Deal or No Deal? Family Feud. I feel like I would be great at those type of shows. Or like Ridiculousness. You seen that show where he's talking? Yeah, man. I feel like I would crush those kind of shows, man. Like that'd be fun. That would be fun. And honestly, like I said, if I'm going the route and I'm doing the stuff that I continue to do, and by next year I'm gonna try to open my own show. I'm gonna try to have my own production team, all that. Like that would be. Then I could help other people out. You know what I'm saying? So
100%. That's what I'm starting with my podcast.
Exactly. I got you.
You know what I mean? That's why I want to be able to help other people, put them out there. And I feel you with the TV show. I feel like I could just host. I feel like a host.
Oh, you definitely can host. You definitely can host, man. Easily.
Man, I just feel like it's just a natural thing. But there's no way in the world when I was younger, I'd have been like, I want to be a host. No. Like, I think it is imperative to continually grow and be in a state of checking in on yourself to see, because you know, a lot of people are like, what's your 5-year plan? What's your 10-year plan? Sorry, I don't believe in that, because it's okay to plan. My plan will look like templates. Like, I would like to do this, this, and this. This is a possibility in 5 years, but I'm leaving room for God to work. There's a scripture, Proverbs 69, a man plans his steps, but the Lord will direct your path. So I'm going to plan loosely, but then if I'm already planning to go make this right and God says, no, I want you to go left, guess what? I'm going left. You know, left. If I'm like thinking I'm going to be going to the NFL, but then God changes the path and I'm like, no, I want you to do some NFL chaplain. Oh, no, I want you to do social media. Like, there's no way, like, there's kids growing up now who are like, I want to be an influencer. We didn't have that. Like, I wasn't like, that's what I want to do. I want to grow up to be an influencer. I've been an influencer. I've been an influencer since I was a kid. I influenced kids to throw rocks at windows. I influenced kids. Yo, like, it's just, I'm a leader, natural born leaders. So, but what you do with that is huge. So I could definitely see you hosting, bro. I can definitely see you getting into acting. Is there any possible opportunities right now in the works?
So, I'm working on something, and I don't want to say too much on it because I don't want to jinx it.
Got it.
But I recently just tapped into the whole acting side of things, and I'm about to sign up for some classes soon. But I've been doing some background work.
Okay.
For a show. You know Jill Scott? Obviously, you know Jill Scott. Yeah. So they just did season 3 of First Wives Club.
Okay.
And I just did a background role with them and just seeing how things work. And me and Jill Scott was like literally side by side type stuff. We had a little conversation. Her and Deborah Cox. I mean,
wow. Deborah.
Yeah, like so I see the potential in acting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all there is to it. And on that side of things, that's all there is to it.
Yeah, you know what I'm excited about is it is March 29th, 2022.
Mm-hmm.
A year from now, I'm excited to see where you will be at. I'm excited to be like, wow, you remember on the podcast on March 29th of 2022, we were talking about this, and look what has materialized since then. And then we'll be back on it, talking about it. I already see the greatness. I see that it's going to be coming to pass, and I'm excited to be watching it from this side of it, rooting you on. And since we're along the lines of acting, I would be remiss to miss out on this opportunity to ask you your thoughts on Sunday's Oscar moment with Chris Rock and Will Smith. Let me tell you guys, I have not watched the Oscars in years. Okay?
Yeah.
And it was my wife's birthday on the 26th. My mother-in-law had us come to the house. My mother-in-law loves the Oscars. She's big on the Oscars. And we were like, you know, we'll come over and watch the Oscars. Yo, Amy Schumer is hilarious.
Yeah.
They were killing. The show was flowing and going. That moment, Chris Rock referenced G.I. Jane to Jada Pinkett. You didn't really think much of it, like, oh, dang. Only thing I thought of was like, oh, look at her face. She did that eye roll where both eyes rolled at different times, and she looked upset.
Yeah.
Then Will Smith started walking towards Chris Rock. And then the incident happened. immediately, bro, I was just stunned.
I was too.
What was your thoughts in the moment?
In the moment, I was shook. I mean, I didn't expect that from someone of Will's category.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I definitely, I don't think no one could have predicted that. No one knew, you know what I'm saying? No one's seen that side of Will.
Hold on.
Definitely
hold on. The only reason I didn't like completely flip was because I saw Will on YouTube. It was at an international red carpet event.
Mm-hmm.
He was shaking hands and stuff like that. And he some guy reached over and kissed him on his cheek, almost.
And he smacked him.
And he smacked him.
I remember that.
So I remember that, but it didn't get the headlines like this because it was I don't know.
Rock.
Yes, it was another brother. It was Chris Rock. This person was who knows what.
Yeah.
But in that moment, because you see people online talking about that was staged. That was definitely not staged.
No.
You can't tell me that was staged.
Yeah, no. That happened.
And obviously Jada Pinkett had just came out about her alopecia and her health issues. So I understand he was defending his wife. How he went about it, what was your thoughts?
I feel like he let his emotions get the best of him.
Yeah.
You have people that look. I love Will, great actor, but do I think the slap was a little much? Yes.
Yes.
However, like I said, I definitely get the defending your wife point of view. No one's gonna argue that point, but
right.
With that kind of fame comes that kind of, you got to be able to take stuff that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
yeah. It's a different responsibility.
Just because someone say something about you or your significant other. I mean, behind a closed door, anything like that, cool. Handle your business.
Right.
But man, we at the Oscars. You got your favorite fans watching you. You have other very top-notch celebrities in the building watching you. You got pretty much the whole world watching you, kids, everything. Yeah. And his action to go up there and slap Chris Rock, another highly talented, well-respected comedian, man, that's I don't agree with it. I can't see eye to eye with it for anything. Yeah. I mean, it's the situation could definitely been worse.
Right.
As far as like when it comes to Jada, I mean, I know the whole alopecia. My dad actually struggled with it, has it. Mm-hmm. And my dad lost his eyebrows and hair and everything. Yeah. She still looks great bald. Yeah. Like, I mean, it could have been way worse. Like, you know what I'm saying? Her eyebrows could be everything could have happened, but she's just bald. Like, there are some women that cut their hair to feel empowered.
Man.
And I don't agree with the slap. I will stand on that side of the table with that. I don't feel like that was professional. I don't feel like that was needed.
Yeah.
I feel like that was literally out of emotion, and I guarantee you, he won't admit it, and this won't happen. It'll never happen. But he regretted that slap.
Oh, for sure. I'm sure he regrets it, and I think, like you hit it on the nose, emotion got the best of him. And I think it was a culmination of these past few years.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to think. He was dealing with like
the August Alsina.
Yes, that whole situation, the entanglement thing. I mean, he was a meme, and it made him look like, as people would have looked at him as like a sucker, but then they also felt bad for him. And then I mean, you're leading up to that. Your wife just comes out about how alopecia, and it's like put on blast in front of hundreds of millions of people. And he, for some reason, felt like he needed to
do something.
Mm-hmm. And I just wondered in my head, like, you must knew you could have did that to Chris Rock. But I wonder if 50 Cent was presenting. and said the exact same thing. Would he have got up out of his seat, walked up to that podium and smacked 50 in the face like that, open-handedly, and turned his back?
No.
I don't believe so. Maybe he a lot different, but I don't believe so.
Not a chance. I felt his little speech that he gave, but like you just said, if the tables were turned and that was 50 Cent, or I mean, honestly, any other by Chris Rock, everybody know Chris Rock ain't finna retaliate or react in any way, such shape, form.
Yeah.
But you got Chris Rock, and then you got Will Smith, who's this action character in all his movies. I mean, yeah, nah, he ain't slapping 50 Cent. No.
I mean,
not happening.
I heard Will apologize, which is good. I'm sure they're gonna be good. And I know Will, like you said, is probably regretting it. And to be honest, I just hate for the culture because now you see it memed everywhere. I mean, on TikTok, you're getting all the sound bites, and I'm just annoyed by it in the sense of like, dang, that just happened. It is what it is. But that entanglement thing was a big deal too, and that's blown over. So hopefully this will eventually blow over. And I had a 9-year-old daughter sitting there watching the Oscars.
Yeah.
And I just don't want young people to think that's how you handle your problems.
Nope. Exactly.
That's not how you handle your problems. You have tact, you have control. There's different environments that you can be able to squash beef and have words. And like you were mentioning earlier in the conversation, talk about it.
Yeah.
Because yes, if you'd have disrespected my wife at the show, I'm going to at least be like, I'm gonna talk to you later. Like, you're going to see it in my face that we're going to have words.
Facts.
I'm not going to get up in front of the show because you didn't put your hands on my wife. You were trying to be light.
It's words.
But I understand those words hurt, but there's a time and a place. So
exactly.
I just wanted to ask you your thoughts on it. And that's going to take us right into like one of the last parts of our, the podcast, which I introduced, this is a portion of my podcast I'm going to start adding. You're the first person to go through it. And this is called Cash or Pass. All
cash or pass.
Right. So between these two, who would you cash? Who would you pass? All right. So in a fight between Will and Chris, who you got cash on and who you pass it?
Will Smith. Passing Chris Rock easily.
Easy, right? Okay.
Easily.
Now, by their craft and who it is, I think I know the answer, but I'm going to still ask it. Kevin Hart or Dave Chappelle?
Oh, man.
Uh-huh.
That's like two different levels of funny.
Yes.
If is this a cash or pass too?
Yes. You got to cash. You just pick one, bro. Kevin Hart or Dave Chappelle?
Man, I gotta go with Kev.
Okay. I mean, I'm shocked that it took that long, but hey, I ain't mad at you.
I love Dave Chappelle.
Huh?
I love Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle is more sarcastically funny.
Yes.
Kevin Hart is a people funny. You gotta really understand what Dave be saying when he talks.
Yeah, because it's over your head, bro.
Yeah, I love Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle.
Okay. Bernie Mac or Cedric the Entertainer?
Bernie Mac.
Yes.
Bernie Mac. I ain't afraid of you, mother. Bernie Mac.
Okay, I'm gonna hit you with music.
Okay.
Ludacris or T.I.? Atlanta.
Honestly, I'd probably have to go with Ludacris.
Of course. That's my thought.
Yeah. I definitely have to go with Ludacris. Definitely. Yeah.
That's my guy right there. Okay. J. Cole or Kendrick?
Ha! Hey, I'm from North Carolina. I gotta give it to Cole Earl.
Okay, I ain't mad at it. J. Cole's in his bag recently too, boy.
Oh yeah, man. He's smart with it.
Yeah.
He knows how to go away for a while and come back and still be relevant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Smart.
And right now, the way he's came back has just been
crazy.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely J. Cole.
Tupac or Biggie? I'm really curious on this one.
Okay, in my honest answer, when I listen to music, I like realness. And it's more of like I like the struggle story. I want to know how you came about. So with that aspect of side of things, I'd have to give it to Tupac. Now, if I wanted to hear something smooth and I'm chilling and a 6'4" Impala or something, I'm gonna go with Biggie.
Okay, I feel
I'm gonna go with Biggie.
Okay,
I would play Pac over Biggie. Yeah, that's 100%.
All right. Eminem or Lil Wayne?
Lil Wayne.
Ooh, you said that fast.
Lil Wayne. I'm not discrediting Eminem.
Of course you're not.
But when it comes to not ain't necessarily more relatable, just like lyrics to where I'm like, wow.
Lil Wayne. Bro, that's where we connect to, because I feel like Lil Wayne, and maybe it was just that whole time from like the Carter 1.
Yes.
Bro.
Yeah.
I mean, the bars that he comes up with and the stuff he puts together, wordplay,
ridiculous. I don't know anybody. Nobody else has proven that they can do that. We've seen people prove that they can compare either rap similar to Eminem's style, but you've not seen one style that you can compare to as far as when it comes to Lil Wayne's music. 100%.
Yeah.
That whole rapping fast with like crazy words. I mean, give it to Eminem all day, every day. But you also got MGK that can do it. You got Yellow Wolf that can do it. You got a couple rappers that can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna be Eminem, but they can do that style of rap if that's what you want to hear. But when you come to Lil Wayne, compare one rapper that's similar to Lil Wayne's style of rap. You can't.
No,
it's different. It's its own category. Lil Wayne.
Yeah. All right. Jay-Z or Nas?
Nas. Nas grandma is from Troy, North Carolina. Her house was a couple of houses down from mine. So
know that.
Yeah, Nas. Yes.
Okay. All right. LeBron or Michael Jordan?
I'm gonna tell you what you got. You pretty much got a legend, and then you have a GOAT. I would give the legend to Michael Jordan, and right now the GOAT is LeBron. But legends never die. So that's why this conversation is still even considerable.
Yes.
It's, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, it's Michael Jordan and it's in the aspect of the game of basketball.
Right.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
But our generation, the greatest this generation will ever see with their own 2 eyes, LeBron James.
Yeah. I feel you. I would have answered it just the same way. I grew up in Ohio. Our high school played LeBron's high school.
Yep.
Seen it with my own eyes from high school. McDonald's All-American. Like, there was nothing. The only thing I thought was close to it in the recent years that was like possible of another LeBron coming up was Zion Williamson.
Zion Williams, yeah. That or Kawhi Leonard, I thought you was going to say.
Oh, yeah. I was like, yo, because Zion was doing very LeBron-ish stuff in high school. Mind-blowing.
Yes, he was.
Right now, we got to hit the reset button. And hopefully my man can respond and come back and be the player he was.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, we're almost there. Football or basketball?
Football.
Okay. Megan Stallion or Beyonce?
Beyonce. No discredit to Megan. I just think she's real repetitive with her type of songs. It's always like a yada 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 or something similar.
Yeah.
Like nothing towards it. I just think Beyonce. I mean, obviously Beyonce can sing. She's got the looks. I would by a long shot Beyonce has that title.
And then I went with, because I knew you would say that. And then I asked you Beyonce and Alicia Keys.
Are we talking about looks or like what are we talking about?
No, we're talking about who they are as an artist. Because there's different talents in there where Alicia Keys can work the keys.
Yeah. Okay.
Beyonce's a showman.
I would honestly say, man, I love Alicia Keys. I ain't gonna cap. That was my I was in love with her in high school. That was my celebrity crush beside her and J-Lo. But
her what about J-Lo?
I said like celebrity crushes. It was her. It was J-Lo, then Alicia Keys.
Oh yeah, J-Lo was mine at the time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But consistency-wise, man, I have to give it to Beyonce. Yeah. I feel like Alicia Keys, if she would have stayed on the same route that Beyonce stayed on as far as like continuing to drop, it would be, you know what I'm saying? It'd be arguable then, but you got to give it to Beyonce. She hasn't stopped since Destiny Child.
And she made a power move. I call it a power move.
Yeah, I mean,
marrying Jay-Z, bro. I feel like he helped her go to another level. Music.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so your favorite artist or band right now?
Which genre? Does the genre matter or?
No, this is across the board. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I have two favorites in two different genres. So for country, it would be Morgan Wallen.
Okay.
And for rap, right now, I mean, it was debate. Well, Lil Wayne's my favorite of all time, but I'm not going to say that right now. But as of right now, my favorite artist that I listen to the most would definitely be Lil Baby.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of people feeling Lil Baby, bro.
His music, man, like, I mean, it's just something about his delivery and his beats and how he sound like, how he just makes you want to get up and go get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's kind of what his music does for me. Like, I cannot be feeling the gym one day and then I throw on that Whoa or, you know what I'm saying, anything about Lil Baby. And I'm just like, I got to go get it. I got to go get it. So.
That's what Nipsey did for me, bro.
Nipsey? Oh, yeah. Nipsey fire. I hate his situation. Similar to Pop Smoke's situation, man.
Oh.
Like, I hate, I don't even want to tap into that. That's just crazy.
Oh, yeah. Like, we're going to definitely have to do a part 2 because that's a whole different thing. And what's crazy, I'll end up sharing that story at another time. I had just met Nip at the airport and just walked up to him. I mean, he had a bunch of dudes with him and he just dapped me up, showed me love. I mean, it was just like, yo, he's different, bro.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what we'll get into that another time. I want to respect your time. What is your favorite sneaker? Do you have a sneaker that you like? Or
when it comes to comfort, I love the the Vapor Maxes.
Yes. I got on Vapor Maxes right now.
They're just comfortable. They're so comfortable. And it gives you that extra little inch or two in height. Hey, stop laughing. Don't you be laughing. You're 6'5". Anybody else got to be 6'5", 6'6". Anyway, look, nah. But, I love the comfort of Nike, Vapor Max Nikes. I was a Jordan person. I was huge on Jordans. But honestly, if I'm in Jordans for longer than an hour, my feet start hurting. So I've kind of went away from wearing them. I mean, I got a closet of them, but if I'm gonna be out somewhere for a while, I either gotta have on some Chelsea boo. It depends on the scene. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
But
favorite food?
Yeah, what'd you say?
Favorite food?
Gosh, man, I should have prepared for these.
No, that's why I hit him with it. Is I want you to be like, what naturally comes to you. Boom.
I'd say, man, I got to give it to fried shrimp or wings. I can kill some shrimp or wings.
Okay.
At any time of the day.
That's that South in you.
Yeah.
Did you know I used to live in North Carolina?
I did not know you used to live in North Carolina.
I used to live in Charlotte. We lived there for 1 year in 2019. Charlotte, North Carolina, bro.
Charlotte is an hour from Troy.
Really?
So when I tell people I'm from North Carolina, I normally say Charlotte because people don't know what Troy is. Troy's only an hour from Charlotte.
Wow. Yeah, I lived in Charlotte. Matthews, North Carolina, bro.
Matthews, yeah, that's it. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't for us.
That's lit. That's lit.
Yeah. Yes, okay, so last couple.
Right.
What 3 people inspire you?
Ooh.
And it could be TikTokers, Instagrammers. It could just be whoever.
Okay. For what I want to do, I gotta give it to Denzel. Number 1 would definitely be Denzel Washington.
Yes.
I just love the work and no talking behind it. Denzel Washington's an animal when it comes to film or like entertainment, acting. So definitely Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
As far as like trying to make people laugh and whatnot, I wouldn't necessarily say like Kevin Hart or anything.
Yeah.
I was just blessed with the opportunity to be able to do a voice like his that makes people laugh.
Right.
So I want to say, honestly, myself. I envision a better version of myself. So I'm still striving to get there.
Nice.
So that obviously God is number 1.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
On this earth, who else inspires me other than me, Denzel Washington? And if I'm looking at it from like a music or anything like that, I mean, probably Michael Jackson. I mean, his performance, you know what I'm saying? Like his what he brought to the table when he got on the stage.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? Like that whole realm that he created. Like
he shifted an atmosphere.
That feeling. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I think that'll probably do it. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love other content creators and whatnot, but man, Denzel Washington, for what I want to do, I don't feel like you can go higher than that.
No.
You know what I mean? You can't top Denzel Washington.
You can't. So what advice would you give those who want to be a successful influencer? What would you say as we're wrapping this up? Mm-hmm. What advice would you give?
I would say even when people can't envision what's for you, it's not meant for them to see. So keep going. Stay consistent. Yeah. Keep God first. And the sky's the limit. Literally. And I know we were talking about that earlier, but people have no idea what consistency can do for you if you really believe in something. And people expect things to happen for them over one video at a time. That's not how that works.
Right.
You literally have to wake up every day.
Yeah.
The same goal. Yeah. And that's to be great. So you can't wake up and say, I'm going to be good today, because then you just pretty much shadow banned yourself down to, you stood yourself down to a level that you were talking about to where you want to go in the first place.
Right.
So when you wake up and you say, oh, I'm just going to be good today. Oh, I'm going to wake up and be average today. Nah. Wake up and say you're going to be great today.
Yeah.
And even if you don't get no content done, there's days I wake up. Seriously, there's days I wake up. I don't get a video done, but I got several ideas that I've jotted down that I can go back, piece together, and make them work. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So, yeah, just stay consistent and just wake up in a positive mood. Like, if you choose negativity when you get out that bed, get back in bed.
Man.
Restart.
Reboot.
Reset. No, don't start your day off positive. Start your day off positive. And I've told people this, believe it or not, when you wake up in the morning, start your day off with 2 bottles of water.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get on your phone. None of that. Just get out of bed, do what you do, brush your teeth, wash your face, use the bathroom, whatever. Start your day off with 2 bottles of water. Water is the circle of life. It helps you generate ideas. Like it's crazy. Start your day off.
And it flushes.
Yes, man. Start your day off with 2 bottles of water. I'm telling you.
Where can people find you? What are your handles? This is your moment to market yourself. Let them know where they can find my guy Suave.
Yes, sir. So I am all over TikTok, Suave Xavier. I'm on Instagram, Suave Xavier. My name is kind of the same on everywhere. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook, YouTube. I'm slacking on the YouTube side of things. I got to learn the whole editing realm, whatever. But I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but my main 2 handles that I'm on the most are TikTok and Instagram. That is where I upload daily content. So make sure y'all check in with your boy. I got a new video dropping every single day because I got somewhere I'm trying to go.
Yes, sir. I like to say consistency plus discipline plus patience.
Oh, yes.
Success. That patience piece is crucial because certain doors that's not for you that you try to kick down may not be the right door you want to walk through. So let God close the doors that he's supposed to close that no man can open. Let him open the doors that no man can close so that you will be in the perfect will. You be in step to where you're heading and you will not have to worry about it because it is a lot different when you are on a path that you're guided versus you trying to kick down a door.
Yep.
So, man, Suave, this was awesome. This was amazing.
This is great. This
was a great episode. I know we'll do it again. I appreciate you, bro, for sure.
Of course. Congratulations to you too, man. All your success, everything that you're doing. You got the most highly respect from me. So keep going, keep empowering people, man. Thanks for having me. This was awesome. I'm glad we got to interact for the first time.
Yeah.
Yo, this is dope. I'm glad I got to do this, man. This is awesome.
I appreciate you. We'll be in touch.
Doubt, bro.
I'll put together a little clip for TikTok and Instagram and then put it out there.
That's a word. That's a bet. I'm looking forward to it, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
No doubt. Peace out, brother.
All right. That is it for today. We all know the major impact happens after the show. It's what you do with the information and how you apply these gems. So come find me on Instagram at Andy L. Dooley, ANDYLDOOLEY, and let me know your thoughts about today's show. Also, please leave a 5-star rating and a comment. That helps boost the podcast. I'm going to start reading some of your comments on the show at the beginning of each one. Take a screenshot as well of you listening and post on your Insta story, and I'll repost it or read some of the comments on air as well. I look forward to seeing you again. Talk to you very soon.